Good evening, everyone. Would you please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Here.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Here.
Councilman Dooley.
Here.
Councilman Marcocha.
Here.
Supervisor Calavita.
Here, good evening. Anyone here for the opportunity to address the board on a specific agenda item? No? Okay, moving forward to the approval of minutes of the May 2nd, 2023 Town Board meeting. Any modifications or amendments?
No.
Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
And Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next is the reports of departments, boards, and commissions. You have a police department report for April 2023. You can receive and file same. Chief, anything further to add?
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor and members of the Town Board. A couple brief things. This past Saturday, we held our department awards, as everybody knows. We were fortunate enough that we didn't have to add any deceased members to the monument this year. And I'd also like to, again, acknowledge the officers who received awards. Detective Yanni, P.O. Bryson, Guerrero, P.O. Nick Loros, and P.O. Tiso were awarded Class C citations. P.O. Guerrero was issued a Class D citation, and Sergeant Biaggi, P.O. Bryson, P.O. Donovan, P.O. Kyle Park, and P.O. Pascal were all awarded Class E citations. This week is Police Week, and we started Police Week with the awards and memorial, and we paused to remember all the law enforcement officers who lost their lives in the line of duty, especially over the past year, and especially our own police officer Michael Frey and police officer Joseph DePippo. In May, the month of May, we're taking part in the Buckle Up New York campaign, which is targeted enforcement of seatbelt violations. So we want to remind all drivers, make sure they're properly fastened, and also make sure that their child's car seats and seatbelts are properly fastened. We've just completed patrol rifle training for the entire department, and this is going to complement our annual active shooter emergency response training that we'll be holding in June, along with the Tuckahoe and Bronxville police departments. Sergeant Pena and Officer Pascal recently are completed and are in the process of completing instructor development school. We'll be adding them to the ranks of our department instructors. P.O. Donovan had just completed bike school and is now a DCJS certified bike patrol officer. And every year the school, the academy calls and asks for volunteers to help teach because they do long rides, they do long bike rides. So I'd like to thank P.O. Giazzi, who assisted instructing at the school and completing the vigorous rides with the officers and the students. And two more reminders. One, please remember to lock your cars and doors, everybody. Most of the crime, any of the crimes we're seeing are crimes of opportunity, and a lot of it is property crime from doors and homes being unlocked. So please, at night, during the day, anytime you're out, just remember to lock your cars, take your keys, and lock your house doors. And lastly, we're still in need of parking enforcement officers. We put out an advertisement on Facebook. We've had some interest, but if anybody's interested, they can download the application on the employment application right on the town website and turn it into the police department or email it to police@eastchester.org.
Great. Anything further for the chief? Thank you very much, Chief. Okay, that brings us to Law Department report. Mr. Rader?
Yes, good evening. First, I have a resolution authorizing the approval of an application for a parade permit submitted by the Eastchester Tuckahoe Veterans Ceremony and Parade Committee for the Memorial Day Parade, which will be held on Monday, May 29th, 2023.
Yeah, I'll move that as part of my motion. I would include a waiver of the fee to our veterans in the town of Eastchester, and just recall that at 11 o'clock on Monday the 29th, 11 o'clock, the parade will tip off from the Eastchester Public Library parking lot. We'll go down White Plains Road, stay to the right on Main Street, and go down into Depot Square. So that's 11 o'clock, parade start in Eastchester, going down to the village of Tuckahoe on Monday, Memorial Day. I made the motion. Someone care to second same?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye.
Okay, next, I have a resolution authorizing the approval of an application for a special event permit submitted by the Chester Heights Civic Association for the Chester Heights Civic Association tag sale which will be held on Saturday and Sunday, May 20 and 21 in the year 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have the Highway Department report for the month of April 2023. Mr. Littell, anything to add?
Good evening, Supervisor Calavita, members of the Town Board. I would like to report our yearly stormwater management program began with the cleaning of our stormwater catch basins. Our program includes our regularly scheduled street sweeping and litter pickup operations. These maintenance activities are essential in providing clean and quality waterways, also to keep our drains and basins clear to avoid flooding. Our annual tree planting program was successful and concluded with the planting of over 60 street trees. These trees improve the environment, beautify our surroundings. We thank all the residents who requested these trees. For all further requests, will be added to our planting list of spring 2024. Again, our regularly scheduled green waste pickups are every Wednesday. During the holiday week, the schedule changes, and we ask residents to check your schedules. These days do change during the holiday week. A reminder that these items also must be placed curbside before 7 a.m. on the day of the pickup, but no earlier than the night before. That is all I have to conclude my report.
Sure, and if anyone doesn't know what zone you live in, you can always go onto the town website, go onto the Highway Department area, and you can look up your street, and they'll tell you exactly what zone you're in, so you have a complete idea about exactly when pickups are for everything, for that matter, not just green waste. And I want to thank you, Mr. Latella, for your expertise in solving multiple flood issues all over the town, whether it be Garth Road, Lispinard. You did some work, you took some action after analysis in conjunction with Mr. Tremelli, and we solved a lot of problems. And now we're on to the big one, the big Megillah of Crawford, and the whole area, Archer, Crawford, Siwanoy, that whole stretch there. We worked with several engineers recently. We had a meeting with the mayor of Bronxville and your counterpart, yourself, town engineer, village engineers, and we are full speed ahead on rectifying what we can do down there to make life a little bit better for those that experience flooding at the bottom of that whole neighborhood there. So anyway, but thank you for
Supervisor
your
Calavita, members
expertise.
of the Town Board.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, next we have the receiver of taxes report for the month of April. We can receive and file that together with the clerk's report for April 2023. Anything to add, Mary?
No.
Okay, good. That brings us over to correspondence. We have a memorandum for the controller on part-time seasonal employees. Someone have care make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have a memorandum from the controller on Lake Isle Community Center final payments, and we have the following final payments: Peter A. Camilli and Sons, Inc., the sum of $140,000, which includes multiple change orders necessary to complete the project. T&G Electric, Inc., for $65,000 for various change orders. Excuse me. And Robert Stanzial, Architect, PC, for $10,562.50, which represents his change orders as well. And it definitely did not come in on time because we got slammed by COVID and material shortages and the like, but at least we kept it under our budget, thank heavens. So this, I think, Mr. Ray, is this the last of them, or is there any further?
No, there's actually two little minor ones.
Oh,
I hope
that's
to
right,
work them
yeah.
out for the next meeting, but we weren't able to get them done. But I'm very close to probably resolving the last two contractors.
Right, and the key is it's all within our
Yeah,
fixed budget.
absolutely. Yeah, whatever's left will be definitely under the budget.
Right. Okay, so someone care to make a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next is a memorandum for the Superintendent of Parks and Recreation regarding a request to rebid for the bus services for the 2023 camp season, and there were no bids submitted at the first go-round, so Ms. Veltiti is asking that we go out to rebid. So with that being said, based upon the schedule of use we have here, I'd make the motion to have the town go out for rebid for the summer 2023 buses for a summer camp. Someone care to make a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next is a memorandum from the Lake Isle General Manager regarding a bid award for the golf course renovation, and this is predominantly for the, what I'm going to call the irrigation system and new piping, irrigation heads, wiring, computerized controllers, pump station upgrades, et cetera. And out of all the bids, The bids were solicited, I should say, and the low bidder, qualified low bidder, was golf course irrigation renovation capital project. Winner was to NMP Golf Construction Corp., lowest qualified bidder for the sum of $2,824,526. And the work will commence in the fall of 2023 and be completed by the spring of 2024. And for as long as I have been sitting up on this dais, which is now 26 years, the golfers have been asking for a new irrigation system up at Lake Isle. Basically, it's just a duct tape PVC pipe hot mess up there, and the course was experiencing troubles because of it, and we had patches all over and, you know, computer changes here and there and all kinds of stuff, and George Papadimitriou and the staff up at Lake Isle did the best they could to manage this piecemeal system. But at our last meeting of the Lake Isle Advisory Board and the general meeting of a Lake Isle membership as well, concurrent meeting, the board and the membership said that they wouldn't believe this would happen in their lifetime, but we are going to attempt to fix the irrigation system up on the golf course. The benefits of good irrigation are countless and obvious. So we've committed this funding, and we know that NMP will do a good job, and they're going to work alongside Mr. Papadimitriou and the Golf Pro, and of course Valley Crest, to give us the best possible irrigation system we can have up there. So with that being said, would any of our Lake Isle liaisons want to make the motion?
I'll move to approve that.
And I'll second that.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next is a memorandum from the Lake Isle General Manager on the architectural plan and project management services of this is Phase 2, basically. And this involves James Barrett Associates, LLC, and Pinnacle Turf. And they'll be staking out the golf course for proper head, valve, and main pipeline locations. They're going to be reviewing the project, basically being our eyes and ears on the ground for the project, in addition to the entire stakeout and survey and making sure that it goes in the way it's supposed to go in and goes in on a timely basis. So the payment for that is going to be $70,000 spread over a 2-year calendar in the fall of '23 and the spring of '24. And we thank them for their work. We know that all of the permanent GPS mapping and digital archiving will be a big help in the future when things go wrong or when things get broken or, tree limbs fall, carts go over the sprinkler heads. All this stuff has to be repaired all the time. So it'll be a lot easier to do when we have that technology available to us, thanks to them. So someone care to make a motion on this?
So moved.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. There being no miscellaneous business, councilmember reports. Councilman Markocha.
Thank you, Supervisor. I just want to say I am very pleased that the irrigation system was approved, the funding for it. A proper irrigation system is extremely important for maintaining a quality golf course. Precise and effective watering, sufficient capacity, and having a dependable and functioning system are all critical to operating a golf course. The decision to proceed with this irrigation project will result in excellent conditions for an already improved course. We are proud and fortunate to have this golf course and the entire Lake Isle facility in our very own town. So this is going to benefit this club for years to come. Also, with respect to Lake Isle, both the pool and outdoor tennis season will start in just over a week on Memorial Day weekend. The pool hours for the holiday weekend will be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on each of the days, May 27th through 29th. Please refer to the pool bulletin boards for preseason hours and all other announcements. And then we welcome you to join Lake Isle today and be part of the summer enjoyment. You can visit us online at www.lakeislecountryclub.com for additional information. And finally, Lake Isle and the American Cancer Society hosted an annual Relay for Life fundraiser last Saturday. It turned out to be a real nice success with a lot of local support, including students from our schools. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilman Dooley.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Over this past week, I attended 3 award ceremonies, memorial ceremonies. Last Thursday night, it was the Eastchester Fire Department promotions and award ceremony, where they gave out the awards and promotions. Congratulations to new Assistant Chief Bruce Yazzo, and Captain Daniel Oliver. And then on Saturday, we had the Village of Tuckahoe Police Remembrance Ceremony. And then later in the morning, we had the Eastchester Police Department Annual Memorial and Award Ceremony. The chief mentioned the awards that were given out. All great ceremonies, and it was great to see the supervisor and my fellow board members there. So thanks, everybody, and great awards, and congratulations to everyone there. And then finally, I'd like to congratulate all the graduating college grads. So congratulations there. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nicholson.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Eastchester Public Library, again, there's a lot going on. We have this week Knitwit Wednesday, tomorrow 4 p.m., knitting with Marissa, and some, that's not enough, you have from Crocheting with Faith on Thursday at 3:45. There's also, next week, on Sunday, May 21st, there's Irish and Italian immigration to the town of Eastchester. Town historian Rich Forliano will discuss the immigration of Irish and Italians to Eastchester, New York, their contributions to society and the impact on the local community. Registration is requested. You could go on to www.eastchesterlibrary.org and also become a friend of Eastchester Public Library. You know, they need your help, and they're looking for new volunteers willing to help out with their weekly book sales, too. And that you can go to friends4epl@gmail.com. And I just want to piggyback on with Mr. Marcocia on the Relay for Life. I wanted to thank everyone who has been, was there supporting, and by donation, they actually succeeded reaching their goal over 100,000. So a big kudos to our community of Eastchester. So I just want to say thank you. I've been involved with that. I think this was our 14th annual, so all 14 years, and it's very dear to me. It's a great event, and weather was outrageous. But it is all I have this evening, and have a nice week.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Thank you. I have no report, Supervisor.
My own report, I just want to concur that we all attended the police memorial ceremonies, and collectively we pledged the support of this town government to every one of our police officers, and let them know that they, even though there's times of turmoil and unrest, that they are completely supported by this board. They're supported by the vast majority of people in this town, that we have their back, and that we are completely thankful and utterly thankful for their protection of us 24 hours a day. We made that point very, very clear. Also, to Mr. Dooley's point, Councilman Dooley's point, congratulations to all the college grads out there. My daughter, Olivia Grace, is graduating this weekend from University of Vermont, and she's my youngest. I thought I had no more tuition coming my way. Then she's talking about going to law school, so it could be a little different story for me, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I congratulate her on graduating cum laude and additional honors that I have never achieved. So she got the brains in the family. Anyway, with that being said, that concludes my report, and that brings us to the second opportunity to address the board. All right, there being no one, someone care to make a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Are you going to do a moment of silence? I thought you were going to do a moment of silence.